Hello folks. The first and foremost thing you need to learn before going deep into the Linux is it is very bad practice to log onto the system as the super user. Thinking what is super user? A user with administrative credentials is called a super user and typically named as root. The super user has control over other users to access files or directories or perform some commands. So just for an instance, if you try to add a user without having the root privileges, the error which would be like is add user Tarun B. For suppose Tarun B is the new user, and don't get panicked by seeing this add user command. We use this command to add a user to the system. So the error which is like is only root may add a user or group to the system. So to resolve this error or to gain the root privileges, we use this command sudo. So by using the add user Tarun B, we will be able to perform this command by gaining the root privileges. So we will be resolving that error by using the sudo command, and we'll be asking the password of this new user Tarun B for the authentication process when he wants to log in. So in the new password we'll type something BAA, and he's asking the full name, which I don't want to fill much. Yes, he is asking whether it is correct or not. Yes. So after performing this add user command, that is adding a user in Linux system, we may not be sure that whether this new user was created or not. So what we have to do is we can also make sure by checking the etc/psswd file where the account information will be saved. It is nothing but cat slash etc/passwd file, and in this we can see that the new user Tarun B was created successfully. As you can see here, the first is the username and second one is X, which represents that these passwords are stored somewhere else, some other files, and the second one is the user ID, and the third one is the user ID, and the fourth is group ID, and this is the comment. When it asks the full name, we have given Tarun BBB. This is the comment, which is typically representing the user's full name. This is the home directory of the user. This is where the user account information was stored in. That is /etc/psswd file is the file where the user account information was stored. So there is one more command which we can use to add a user, that is nothing but sudo to gain the root privileges, and user add is the command which we can use to add a user. We were not involved to give the information like full name, contact information, room number and stuff like that. So it is asked us to give the password for that user. And so how can we create that is by using passwd command Tarun BB, which is the username. After performing this add user or user add command by gaining the root privileges to add user in Linux systems, sometimes local administrators wants to expire an account at a certain date or at a specified date. So how can we do that is by using the change command and by using the option called -e, capital E, remember that, and the date whichever we specified like 2025/012/25 and the specified user, one followed by user. So what this means is Tarun's account will be expired on December 25th, 2025 at any cost. So to perform this we need root privileges, so sudo change So we have said that Tarun's account will be expired in December 25th at any cost. So how can he come to know that his account will be expired at what time? So he can perform this change. Tarun. So this is how we can know the aging information of his account. So here it was clearly visible that account expires at December 25th, 2025. So this is how we can know his aging information of his account or password or something like that. And when local administrators wants to set that a user's password is valid for certain amount of time, then how can he do that is sudo change minus hyphen capital M for 60 days. The username would be like same Tarun. Let's suppose Tarun. So what we have done is Tarun has to change his password for every 2 months. If you see these aging information, it is seen that password expires August 1, 2020. As today is June 2nd, after exactly 60 days, that is 2 months, his account will be expired. Sorry, his account password will be expired. So by default, the number of warnings the password expires is 10 days. So even we can change the number of days of warning before the password expires by using this. Can clear it to have a greater view. Change my hyphen W and 15 Tarun. So this is how. Oh, sorry, we need root privileges. So this is how we have changed the number of warnings that Tarun would be given to change his password. So we have said that Tarun will be having 15 warnings before the password expires. And this is how we can change the warnings even. So you can change this minimum number of days between the password change, maximum number of days between password change by having the command like sudo change hyphen capital M and something like 20. So basically what we have done is by this what we have done is the maximum number of days that Tarun has to change his password is 20 days. By using this change my hyphen capital M 20 Tarun, we have changed that the maximum number of days the Tarun has to change his password is 20 days. And we can also change the number of minimum days by using the small m option. That is nothing but sudo change hyphen small m, number of days whatever you wanted and the username followed by it. So this is how we can configure the aging information of the user accounts. Sometimes users wants to change their full name in this Linux systems, not personally, so what he can do is sudo usermod -c and whatever the name he wants to fill in his full name in the Linux systems, the space followed by the user, whoever wants to change his full name. By performing this operation, his full name would be changed. How can you come to know about it is just simple by checking the etc/pshwd file. So in this you can see that Tarun is the user and his full name has been changed. you can see here. So when in the same way, if he wants to, if the local administrators wants to change the expiration date of the user, account expiration date of the user, you can use user mod -e 2020/25. Sorry, month. This is month 25 12 25. That's followed by the user whose account has to be expired at that date. We need root privileges for doing this. So this is how we have changed the expiration date of that user by using this user mod command. You can also do this by using the change command anyhow. And in the same way, if we want to add a user into some group, that is we will come to know about this group in upcoming videos. Just for now, think that there is one group called shopping mall. In the shopping mall there are some employees, and we need to section those employees into some particular groups. That is, some for the trial room, some for the showing the clothes to the customers, and some for the billing. So for suppose there is a group called billing, and we want an user to add to be added into that billing group. So in the same way, we use sudo -a capital G, the user which needs to be added to the group, and what is the group name. There is no group called billing in my Linux system, so there is one group called just one. Sorry, I need to add user mod. So by this we have added the user Tarun to the just one group by using the option called -a capital G, and by using the command called user mode, and we have gained the root privileges to perform this command by using the sudo command. So this is how we configure the user accounts. Whenever an employee leaves his company, local administrators of that company wants to lock his user. So how to do that in Linux system is just by gaining the root privileges and using the command called -l as option, and followed by the user whom we want to lock. Tarun in my Linux system is the root, so I can't lock that. I can use Tarun new, the user which we have recently created. So basically, by performing this operation, it is showing that password expiry information changed. That is, his password has been expired. Now, from now onwards, he can't use his account. So when he returns to the company, and the local administrators has to give access to that user. So how can he do that is by performing sswd -q tarun new. So by this, what we have done is his expiration information was changed. That is, now he can access his account. You can see by using the change command of that. Sorry, we need as it is another account, we need the root privileges. So it's shown that password expires never. That is, by doing this command, we have done that. What we have done there is his password expires never. So before it would be like his 0, that is, he can't use his account by entering his password. Now basically by doing this command, it was changed to never, and from now onwards he can access his account by giving his password. So this is how we can lock or unlock an user whenever he leaves or joins the company. So when the local administrators think that this employee can't enter to his company in future or any other time, so what he basically does is using user del command. So what it does is it deletes, we need the root privileges, which I'm forgetting all the time. So what we have done is we have deleted the user, and you can check that by seeing in /etc/pswd file where the account information would be saved. And by doing this command, what we have done is we have not removed his home directory. If we want to remove his home directory, we should use -r as an option. So basically, by doing this command, by performing this command, the whole home directory of that particular user will be deleted, and we can't access it in future. So when we think that whatever the work he has done is needed, we don't use the -r as option.